Hey guys, how's it going? Value Venture Investing here today. So today we're going to do a quick update, very quick one, on the Apple event that occurred today. I know this is not a tech channel, but there's just some significant things in there that you guys need to know, specifically in terms of their services, and I think their wearables as well. Taking a look at the stock, you know, it's been pretty flat today. It was up a little bit here at the end of the day. I think most of this was expected, except for one thing that we'll get into here soon. So the event started out with the arcade, and if you don't know what the Apple Arcade is, that's basically like another streaming service that Apple's providing. And in the streaming service, you can essentially play any numerous amount of video games that they have developers that are making these games. And for that, I believe it was $4.99 a month, so relatively cheap. Not really something that I'm interested in too much, but I think that is something that would become quite popular. The big one was Apple TV Plus. Okay, they talked about the series that we've had. I talked about these in my other video, so I won't go over them anymore, but we also got another trailer on the series that's called See, about all these individuals that are blind in the future, and then it kind of gave a little bit more backstory about the fact that children are born that can see, and of course this is starring Jason Momoa. But the hugest thing, and the reason I'm making a video today, other than the fact that I just love this company, is the pricing that Apple came in with. So we know how much expensive Netflix is. And yeah, arguably Netflix has like the best library. We don't know exactly what Apple's library is going to look at like, but Disney was coming into the space as well. Another stock that I recommended a long time ago that was bought out. I actually recommended Fox, and it was bought out by Disney, so that was an amazing investment. And Disney came in, I think it was about $7 a month, somewhere around there, so undercutting Netflix. But then today, Tim Cook dropped $4.99 for the whole family for Apple TV Plus. So that's huge. That's a huge shot across Netflix bow. And I bet you there's some executives in Netflix right now that are probably shaking in their boots a little bit. Again, we don't know what kind of content Apple's going to provide, but at that price, you can't go wrong. And it got even better than that. They said, and this will drive unit sales, if you buy an iPhone, an iPad, and even an Apple TV, Mac might have been in there as well, you would get 1 year free of Apple TV Plus. So that's a really good way to get people into it. So that was something that really surprised me. And I think at that price, it's like you can't go wrong. They said that they're going to be releasing every month. I think it's November 1st that it's going to start, and then they're going to be releasing new content, I believe, monthly. So that was the biggest news for me right there, like the main reason that I made this video. I'm kind of surprised the stock didn't respond that much more than, any more than that, considering that they're breaking into that with such a competitive price. And their multiple's so cheap. Like, look at the multiple of Netflix even still. I mean, it's like trading at like, what, 70 to 100 times earnings? I haven't looked at it recently, but just, stupid in my mind. The next thing was iPad, which is probably the least exciting. They released their cheapest iPad and basically upgraded, made the screen a little bit bigger, internals and stuff like that. If you want to look into that, look on their website. And then another big driver here was the Series 5 that was released. Now, these are kind of incremental upgrades, and I think that Apple really is milking, these upgrade cycles because, watch my last video on Apple's last quarter, the wearable segment is doing so phenomenally well. It's growing so fast, but I think this could be a driver for a new one. It has an always-on screen, so basically it's like a normal watch. The old Apple Watch, you would, bring it up and it would light up, right? The new ones are always your time and the complications, they are always on. So it's like a regular watch. So that's a really distinguishing feature. When I look into people buying something, buying into a new product, people, especially with Apple products, they want to know that they've got the newest thing. So if the Apple Watches in the past were not particularly that much different, people might have been able to squeeze by without buying a new one. But you'll know who has the Series 5s now because it will always be on. So they talked about the benefits of that. And they said, my first thought was, well, what about battery life? This is going to be awful. They're saying it because of the new technology in it, specifically the screen. There's going to be 18 hours, same all-day battery life. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. But that will be a big driver for next quarter or the several quarters to come. And then of course the iPhone. I was initially really disappointed with the iPhone 11. I know it's been rumored that there was a 3-camera variant. The iPhone 11 came with a 2-camera variant. What I found impressive, though, they're saying it gets another 5 hours compared to, I believe, the XR, which is, pretty phenomenal that they could do that. And the 2 cameras, one of them is a wide angle. So we saw Samsung come out with their wide angle, and basically, if you're not aware what that is, it's like you take a picture, and then you can immediately change it to the wide angle. And the wide angle essentially is you stepping back and the screen getting much bigger. If you want to take some, look at that, look on Apple's website. So I thought these were kind of relatively cheap looking, and I felt like this is when the stock kind of came back a little bit. But then I realized that there's probably another one, because it was rumored of the 11 Pro, and that's what they actually released. Just after that was the 11 Pro, which has the 3-camera set off. So it has the same as the 11, however, one is a telephoto, so it zooms in. So I mean, I'm even thinking of getting one of these new ones just for the camera alone. That's some pretty unique features that you can have. Of course, they introduced a lot of other features as well. Slow motion selfies, different stuff like that. And of course, the internals, I believe, are about 20% faster again. But I'm not really going to go into that because Apple's technology is already so fast. It's so far ahead of the competition. They showed that in their keynote. They're just incredibly fast. So, focusing on the internals too much and some of the more specifics, I didn't really want to do that on this video, but I just wanted to give you guys, in case you didn't watch it, a quick update on what happened today, and basically the 3 biggest things that I think are going to be the drivers for Apple in the future. Probably this being the biggest one, Apple TV Plus, and then the Series 5. iPhones, 2020 is going to probably be the big year when 5G comes in, different things like that. So maybe even getting rid of the notch. So we'll wait for that. But $499, wow. That's going to be it for today, guys. Let's see you in the next one.